I think Creative Fabrica is one of the best deals out there in the print-on-demand world. There's tons of fonts and graphics and all sorts of craft work. There's even classes and lots of bundles. In this video, I'm going to be covering a very specific type of design on Creative Fabrica. I'm going to type the word logo into Creative Fabrica and let's see what comes up. And here we get back about 836,000 results. And there's lots of different logo designs. Now in this video, I'm going to walk through what makes a great logo design, and I'm going to give you 3 tips on how you can take advantage of these more than 800,000 logo designs sitting in Creative Fabrica, and how you can make great designs that you can sell in the print-on-demand world. Let's jump in. Now, if you're new to Creative Fabrica, if you're not sure what this is all about, make sure to check out the link in the video description below. I've got an all-access subscription deal. It's a pretty good deal. You can sign up for free and you can download your first 10 items for free. And after the 10th download or after 1 month, the subscription renews at only $9 a month. You can also upgrade to the yearly plan for only $5 a month. You can try it for free. Again, that link will be in the video description below. Just a heads up, it is an affiliate link, and that just means that if you click on the link and you wind up buying the subscription or anything on Creative Fabrica, I would receive a small commission. Okay, so when I'm talking about a logo design, what exactly am I talking about? It's not just a circular design, it's not just a square design, but it does have some sort of graphics in the design. It also has text in the design, and it also has some sort of color scheme, even if it's monochrome or just one color. So here's a very simple mock-up on how you could make a logo design. So here I've got a fish, and it says born to fish, forced to work. This looks good, there's nothing wrong with this, but if you're looking to scale up or have different opportunities for your customers, different options, this would be an interesting choice because it's circular, which is usually pretty attractive for people when they're buying, especially t-shirts. We've got 2 fishing rods, and it looks like a crest now. The text really fits into this circular design. So that's just one option where you can use logos on Creative Fabrica and you can modify them. Tip number 1 is to use the bundles feature in Creative Fabrica to help spark your creative juices and get them flowing. So here I've typed in the word logo. I've got back 800,000 results. And on the left-hand side, I'm just going to click on the bundles feature, and that's going to only show me bundles. And what I can do now is quickly, I can look at a lot of bundles all at once. So I'm going to scroll on down and I'm going to see if I can find a bundle here that'll help me spark some imagination. Here's a good one here. This is A to Z, letter logo, and designs. So we can see here we've got letters inside of a logo. I really like this idea because now I can think, what other letters could I put inside this logo? Maybe instead of having the letter A with this certain type of design, I could have the letter A in there with no design attached to it. I could simply remove out the letter I or J or K, and I could replace it with another type. So I could keep the outlines, but I could get rid of the actual interior letter. Or I could keep the letter and I could modify the exterior. So that's just one idea. Here's another one. This is fire letter, A to Z logo design, and we can see very similarly this design looks great. The outline of it is a fire, like a piece of charcoal, and interior are letters. I could remove out the letters and I could change it so that it's, instead of it being like a pen font, I could make it just a little more straight ahead, like a type font. You can always read down here in the bundles too what's included. These are 100% vector, AI, JPEG, and EPS. Every bundle is going to be slightly different, so make sure to check what's included here. Of course, if you have the all-access subscription, then it would just be simply included as part of your subscription. And here's an interesting one over on the right-hand side. This is the Lighthouse logo bundle. You can see there's different lighthouses here, and then you've got text underneath. And depending on what you're using for a graphics design tool, this may be right up your alley. Here you can see it's fully editable, PNG transparent, and PSD Photoshop. So you've got some options here that you could go in and take a look at. I love looking through the bundles and getting inspired on what I could use. Tip number 2 is to pick a logo and then replace the text. So I've typed in logo SVG and I get back 80,000 results. And as I scroll on down, I'm looking for a very specific SVG file with text in it. Here on the right hand side, I can see Cricut logo SVG. I'm going to click on that. And we can see there's Cricut Club Tournament, SVG, EPS, PNG, DXF, and PDF. This is great, lots of different options. Because I have the All Access subscription, I'm going to simply just click the download button. Okay, I'm inside of Inkscape and I've opened up my Cricut design. When I click on it, the whole thing's going to be selected and I can move it all over the place. Or I can double click the design. I'm going to click on the word Cricut, and when I double click on it and then I click, now I can move individual assets outside of the design. So I'm simply going to click the delete key to remove the text. I'm going to click on the word tournament. It's going to highlight that, and I'm simply going to move that off and delete it as well. So now I've just got just the design. And to add text is pretty simple. Over on the left-hand side, I'm going to click the text tool. I'm going to make a box, and then I'm going to start typing in a word. So in this case, I'm going to type in Toronto, move it into where I want it to go, and I can also make the color the exact same as well. So I'm going to highlight the text, and I'm going to use the little eyedropper tool right here, pick colors from image, and I'm going to move over the image, and now suddenly the text matches. So I'm going to make this just a bit bigger, and then I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to make it white inside that little box there. And now I can move that down to here. You've just now made a sports logo for that team. Or you could put it on a t-shirt. You could celebrate any country or any city that plays cricket. Tip number 3 is to do a mix and match. I've typed into the search term circular logo, and I get back a bunch of different results. I really like this sushi logo, and I'm going to keep it as is, but I'm going to actually merge it with this abstract background. So I'm going to download both. Okay, so I've opened up Photoshop here, and I've downloaded both of the images into Photoshop. Here I've got my sushi fish and my abstract background. So with the sushi fish one, I'm going to highlight the layer. I'm going to go into my magic eraser tool, and I'm going to remove out the white. So that's going to make this now a little bit more transparent, just like that. Now I'm going to take the abstract background. I'm actually going to remove out the background color, and I'm just going to leave the watercolors. I'm going to make that nice and big, just like that. I'm going to fill in the circle. So using a brush tool, I'm going to paint in the circle, and then I'm going to take my sushi fish and I'm going to put them on top of the background. And within a couple moments here, we've created a totally different logo. I'm actually going to make them a tiny bit smaller, move them into the middle, and I'm going to change the sushi, the word sushi. I'm actually going to make that white. So if you have Photoshop, this is very easy to do. You can change out colors and you can make things look pretty neat pretty quickly. That took me under 1 minute to make a sushi logo. I'm actually going to make the background layer a bit darker so you can see it. I'm not going to keep it, but I'm just going to make it so you can see all the different little things. If this was like a fine art print, for example, that's pretty cool. So if that was on a dark t-shirt, for example, that would be a really interesting design versus just the word sushi. I really hope you found this tutorial helpful. I'm a big fan of Creative Fabrica, and I'm a proud ambassador of the brand. There's hundreds of thousands of different designs that you can use, and you don't just need to use them as is. You can mix and match, you can change things around, and you can really be creative in the best sense of the word. I'm going to put a link to Creative Fabrica in the video description below. And here's another video on how you can supercharge your print-on-demand journey using Creative Fabrica.